The Biafra Defense Forces has killed many Nigerian terrorist soldiers in Ohafia, Abia State, and recovered their arms and ammunition. This is a story about bravery, loss, and the fight for freedom. It all started in Ohafia, a town in Abia State located in the southeastern Nigeria. This place is known for its rich traditions, brave warriors, and a history deeply tied to the struggle of the Biafran people. But recently, Ohafia became the site of a confrontation that people won't forget anytime soon. The day started like any other. The morning sun rose over the hills, and the people of Ohafia went about their businesses. Farmers tended to their fields, traders set up their ways in the market, and children ran around, laughing and playing. But beneath this normalcy, tension had been building up for months, even years. The Nigerian military, often called terrorists in uniform by local resistance group, had increased their presence in the southeast. Nigerian soldiers patrol the streets, checkpoints pop up everywhere, and stories of extortion and harassment fill the air. For the people of Ohafia, it felt like living under occupation. Imagine trying to go to the market but being stopped at a checkpoint where soldiers demand money or intimidate you. Imagine feeling like a stranger in your own land. That was the reality for many in the southeast. Now, let's talk about the Biafran Defense Force (BDF). These are men and women who believe they are fighting for their homeland, Biafra. They see themselves as protectors of their people, stepping in where they feel the government has failed. Over time, the Biafra Defense Force had grown more organized and more determined. They were tired of seeing their people suffer. They were tired of the silence from the world. And most importantly, they were tired of waiting for change that never came. On this particular day, the Nigerian military entered Ohafia in larger numbers. The soldiers set up more checkpoints, moved through the streets, and stationed themselves in key locations. To them, it was just another operation, but to the Biafra Defense Forces, it was an invasion. What happened next was swift and brutal. The Biafra Defense Force, armed and prepared, launched an attack on the military forces. The sound of gunfire echoed through the town. People ran for cover, unsure of what was happening. It wasn't just a skirmish, it was a full-blown battle. When the dust settled, the Biafra Defense Force had the upper hand. Reports stated that dozens of Nigerian soldiers were killed. The Biafra Defense Force didn't just repel the attack, they also seized weapons and ammunition from the military. For them, it was a clear victory, a sign that they were ready and capable of defending their land. Videos from the scene showed captured weapons laid out in rows. In the background, you could hear the voices of the Biafra Defense Force fighters, proud but determined. These people don't know how prepared we are, one of them said. If they bring war to our land, we will show them that we will not back down. The news spread quickly, not just in Ohafia, but across the entire region. Some celebrated the victory, seeing it as a sign of hope. Others worried about what would come next. Would the Nigerian military retaliate? Would the violence escalate? One thing was clear. The people of Ohafia and the southeast were tired of living in fear. For them, the Biafra Defense Force was not just a group of fighters, they were a symbol of resistance. a reminder that their voices could not be silenced anymore. To understand why this struggle matters, you have to go back in time, back to the late 1960s, when the idea of Biafra was born. The Biafran War, also known as the Nigerian Civil War, was fought between 1967 and 1970. It was a brutal conflict, leaving millions dead, many from starvation. But the war wasn't just about territory, it was about identity. The Biafran people, mostly from the Igbo ethnic group, felt marginalized and oppressed in Nigeria. They wanted a place where they could thrive, free from discrimination. That dream didn't die with the war, it lived on in the hearts of the people. Fast forward to today, and many in the southeast still feel marginalized. They point to the underdevelopment, a lack of federal investment, and the heavy presence of military forces in their region. It is like living in a house where you are constantly treated as an outsider. Fast forward to today, and many in the southeast still feel marginalized. They point to the underdevelopment, a lack of federal investment, and the heavy presence of military forces in their region. It is like living in a house where you are constantly treated as an outsider. The checkpoints are one of the most visible symbols of this. They are supposed to provide security, but many locals see them as places of harassment and extortion. Imagine being stopped every few kilometers, asked to pay a bribe, or worse, being humiliated in front of your family. Unity is not by force. The Biafra Defense Forces often say, for them, the fight is not just about land or resources, it is about dignity and respect. On the other side of this story is the Nigerian military. Many of these soldiers are young men just trying to survive in a tough country. They come from different parts of Nigeria, sent to the southeast to maintain peace, but for them, it is a dangerous assignment. The Biafra Defense Force sees them as an invaders, and the local people often see them as oppressors. But behind the uniforms are individuals with their own fears and struggles. It is a tragic cycle. Violence begets violence, and no one comes out unscathed. One of the most heartbreaking parts of this story is the silence. The Biafran people have been crying out for decades, asking for help, for recognition, for justice, but the world has largely ignored their pleas. When videos like the one from Ohafia surfaced, showing the aftermath of battles, you have to wonder, will anyone listen now? Or will the Biafrans continue to fight alone, their voices lost in the noise of global politics? This story is far from over. The battle in Ohafia is just one chapter in a larger struggle. The Biafra Defense Force has vowed to continue fighting until they achieve their goal, an independent Biafra. But the road ahead is uncertain. Will the Nigerian government escalate its military operation in the southeast? Will they finally address the underlying grievances that fuel this conflict? And what about the ordinary people caught in the middle, the farmers, traders, and children who just want to live in peace? Despite the violence, there is hope. Hope that one day the people of Biafra can live without fear. Hope that they can reclaim their dignity and build a future where their children don't have to grow up in a land of checkpoints and gunfire. This story, like all stories, is still being written, and while we don't know how it will end, we know one thing for sure: the spirit of the Biafran people will not be broken. As we sit here talking about Ohafia, about the Biafra Defense Forces, and about Nigeria. Let's remember the human beings at the heart of it all. The soldiers, the fighters, the villagers, they all have stories, they all have dreams, and maybe, just maybe, one day they will find a way to write a new chapter, one without bullets, without checkpoints, without fear. Just yesterday, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, was arrested in Finland and charged of terrorism. This news broke the airwaves all over Nigeria as many blogs carried the news. But when Simon Ekpa was preaching about Biafra liberation, when Simon Ekpa was preaching about the marginalization of the Igbos, when Simon Ekpa was talking about the torture, the humiliation that is being exploited on the Igbos in the southeast, when Simon Ekpa was talking about the killings, the destructions of properties in the southeast by the Nigerian soldiers, no media outlet carried that news. When he was talking about the conflicts in the southeast, how the soldiers were invading the southeast and killing innocent youths, no media outlet in Nigeria carried out that news. But right now that the Finland government have arrested Simon Ekpa, the whole media houses in Nigeria, the whole blogs in Nigeria have been carrying the news, and the news has been flying, trending on all social media. I'll play some videos pertaining to the arrest of Mazi Simon Ekpa, and you are going to watch to see how people react, different opinions concerning his arrest. Why some people are jubilating, dancing and happy that Simon Ekpa was arrested. Some are sad, bitter and angry. So watch the video and see the reactions of people concerning the arrest of Simon Ekpa in Finland.
If the arrest Mazi Simon Ekpa now, you think say Biafra struggle go stop? You think say Biafrans they no go talk again? If they all this news where they fly up, all this lie news where Sahara report, they type up and down, they type, and some people they rejoice, they happy. When I think say if they capture Mazi Simon Ekpa now, another person no day to take over from Simon Ekpa. Now which is your on our mind they tell una? When they capture Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when they arrest Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you believe say Simon Ekpa go come out? Do you know how many millions of people were there for back of Simon Ekpa? Do you know? These people that they tell you say something don't go beyond repair. You know if you repair them again. You know if you stop them again. You don't go. You know if you hold them again. People don't change mind. And some people they're happy. They don't capture Simon Ekpa. That means Biafra no go exist again. Biafra no go talk again. Biafra no go get head again. They there they mumu yourself. They yeye yourself. They yeye yourself. Just they pray. Make it not cause problem for Nigeria. Make it not cause problem. I'm telling you the truth. Because this security where they Nigeria self and some things where they for Nigeria. Some people never get their self. Then they pray for another wahala, another problem to happen. Instead of to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, na Simon Ekpa, Mazi Simon Ekpa, na some people they happy. Let they capture. They don't capture of fake news up and down. Fake news. Well, show me the video where they capture us. Show me the video. Now 2 times when I don't lie now. The first one na 2023 when I say they don't capture Mazi Simon Ekpa. The second one na 2024. Some people na mumu na tu yeye. Una tu yeye, una tu mumu. Some of na mugu. Sahara report go type something and Vanguard News and other news type something put for una go carry and they happy. They pray. May they not capture that man. if they no release Mazen and the Kano, because waiting go happen. Then if you go fall, reach everybody for that Nigeria. You don't know waiting go happen. Okay. Nobody feel stop Biafra. Mind our people don't go far. No feel stop them again. No. If they capture Simon Eba, but God forbid, if you say you go make and they more popular self. So you they do waiting they talk. They capture that man, another people they will go take over. You know if you stop them. Ha.
Simon Ekpa. So this individual has become a menace to this country.
Order.
Samuel Ekpa has become a menace to this country. So the country must act on it diplomatically. Finland is having a free way, encouraging him to do what he's doing. By his utterances and his actions, is affecting what is happening in Nigeria. We should never allow that, sir. So I think our foreign service need to step in to address such issues. Another aspect of the judiciary is this: you do all your efforts, you make an arrest, you hand over before the man is released on bail. Now you have risked yourself in doing that. By the time he is released, he goes to tell the people who you are, and then your family members or you are at risk. So it gets to a stage where the security forces are not even willing to do it, because once you get an arrest, the person is released.
Based on our strategic position in the Gulf of Guinea, sees the entire Gulf of Guinea as our maritime area of interest, and therefore we have a larger role even beyond our exclusive economic zone. Now, this maritime area of interest and our maritime environment is the treasure base of the nation's resources, starting from oil and gas to fisheries and other mineral resources, then including the fact that it constitutes a major trade route. Of course, we all know here that over 80% of all trade between Nigeria and other countries are based on seaborne trade.
We met on ground a police force that has been battered, a police force that has suffered serious neglect over the past few years. The police also finds itself operating in very difficult environment, partly as a result, as a direct consequences of this neglect. The manpower in the police today is grossly inadequate.
That this guy here, Simon Ekpa, some of you guys know him as IPOB self-declared prime minister based in Finland, has been arrested. And this morning, all of the blogs are talking about, or some of them are celebrating how they are going to bring him to Nigeria. Well, this is to you guys that don't understand. There is nothing that will be bringing Simon Ekpa to Nigeria. The government of Nigeria wish that will happen, but it's not going to happen. Simon is a citizen of a Finland. So if he commit any crime, the government of Nigeria will have to prove it. They're not going to just take him and put him in a plane and start flying him to Nigeria. That is not going to happen. I can guarantee you that is never going to happen. Do we not know in the case of Nnamdi Kanu? Nnamdi Kanu was doing his own thing. The British government never shipped him to Nigeria. He went to Kenya on his own, and unfortunately they picked him up from there. But for the British government, would they have done that? No. If Simon Ekpa is silly enough to travel to Nigeria, they will take him, or travel to any African country or any lawless country in Africa. They will pick him up from there. But as long as he remains in Finland, there's nothing that will happen to him. You might lock him up for 3 days, couple of days. This is not the first time he's been arrested anyway. He's been arrested before and he was released. So Nigerian government need to prove that this guy is an active participant in what they are accusing him of doing. And Nigerian state is not even coming out to say they are behind it anyway. So Simon Ekpa could have done something else in Finland. So please stop celebrating nonsense, because there's nothing that will bring him to Nigeria. This is why when I see people on social media saying things that they don't understand, I always laugh. You think You think the Western country are like the lawless of Africa, whereby you can just pick another citizen somewhere, put him on the plane and fly him over? It is impossible. It's the court, it's international law. This guy will not be deported to Nigeria, will not be shipped back to Nigeria to come and face injustice that have no justice. If you don't understand, nobody respect Nigeria that will have a justice system. We don't have any judiciary system. We don't have a justice system in the country. So it is impossible for any country to release their citizen for you because you accuse them of whichever crime. He based in Finland. Okay? If there's any atrocity that is committed there, then you can present your case. But I don't even think Finland will release him to Nigeria. They're not going to do that. So we should stop celebrating nonsense. For me, I am personally not a fan of Simon Ekpa. I'm not a fan of him. I think he's completely...
Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of the Biafra government in exile, has been arrested by the Finnish authority. And as I speak with you right now, Simon Ekpa is in the Finnish prison just few days to the declaration of the independence United States of Biafra. So this is how Biafra is going to end. Simon Ekpa was arrested by the Finland authority for allegedly having link with terrorists. What this means is that Simon Ekpa might not be able to declare the independence of the United States of Biafra come the 2nd of December 2024, as he has earlier said. If his release is not effected before the 2nd of December 2024, it therefore means that Biafra's declaration of independence has hit the rock. Yes, that is what it simply means. Although the Chief of Staff to the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, Ngozi Orabweze, has come out to reassure Biafrans that their Prime Minister is safe and is just busy with running around for the preparation of the declaration of the independent states of Biafra come 2nd of December, some persons believe that this statement by Simon Ekpa's Chief of Staff is a big lie. That Simon Ekpa is not known for sending representatives to speak on his behalf. That Simon Ekpa will usually come to speak for himself. And that because his Chief of Staff has come out to speak for him, it is an indication that this his prison rumor is very correct. So if Simon Ekpa is truly in prison in Finland, it means that there will be no declaration of Biafra's independence come December 2024. So do you think this news of Simon Ekpa's arrest is actually true? Or you think it's just a propaganda to distract and destabilize the declaration of Biafra's independence come 2nd of December 2024? Share your thoughts in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this video, endeavor to give me a follow for more of such videos. Thank you.
Greetings, lovers of freedom. This should have been a live broadcast, but my device doesn't let me. I have to do a recording, and it is very, very important I do this. Raphael Chiamaka Jere, Pastor Van 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 is my name. By the grace of God, I'm Deputy Minister of Communications, Biafra Republic Government in exile. And speaking from my office and in my capacity as the Deputy Minister of Communications, I want to communicate with my Biafrans, my comrades, everyone that is in this with us together. For a few days now, we have not heard from our Prime Minister, and we have brought you reports from him that he is fine. We have told us he's on a national assignment, on a very important assignment, something that will keep him away for a short time. And there are speculations here and there are insinuations here and there are innuendos here and there. This is not funny, but I want you to get serious with what I'm about to say. Now, our people said that Ada Sombabu Ejogo, which is to say, soldiers that are enlisted to fight, they are not scared to die while they engage in the battle. And so we as Biafrans, we are not scared to fight. Number one thing you must know that we are not scared of is that we are not scared of arrest. We're not scared of name calling. We're not scared of attacks, because those are things that would come normally. Arrest, it can come normally. Attacks, hey, it should just be our daily bread. Yes. And then some people say there are speculations going out there. Our prime minister have been arrested on terrorism charges. Hey, where do I keep this phone so that I'll be able to clap? I'm using my hand to hold the phone. I would have clapped onto that if my prime minister was actually arrested for terrorism charges. Why should I clap? What do you think our prime minister is looking for, or Mazen Namdekan himself has been looking for, each time they dare everyone that is coming after them and say, we want to go to that Hague. Let us go to ICC and iron these things out. Let's go to the Hague together. Let's go there. Bring it on. Let's go. So if you are charging me or arresting me for terrorism case, it means that you are ready to hear me out. So if it is indeed true, as the speculations have it, from some of you that do not want to take our word for it, that our prime minister is arrested on terrorism charges, then that is what we are looking for, because it means that it is time for the world to hear our voice. Now, Mazi Simon Ekpa that you know, Mazi Namdekan that you know, do they look like people that are scared of being arrested on terrorism charges? No. Now, the way I am speaking now, I'm talking to you. Do you see me, Pastor Van as somebody that is afraid of being arrested on terrorism charges? We are not afraid, because we know we are not terrorists.
LPM Simon Ekpa is not arrested.
Jubilating, dancing up and down social media that our prime minister, in the person of Mazi Simon Ekpa, has been apprehended, has been arrested by the Finnish authority. I bring bad news to you people. Our prime minister has not been arrested. He is not being apprehended by the Finnish authority. They only called him for questioning. We know that the zoo are not sleeping. The IPOP Nigerians are not sleeping. They are fighting tooth and nail to make sure that this convention does not come to pass. But it's a very bad news for you people. It's a very big bad news for you people, that this Biafra is already done and dusted. This convention is already done and dusted. So if you are jubilating, jubilate no more, because here Gabon kicking and weak bazu. Shame will be yours at last. Okay? Whatever you might, we don't care for the stone that you people are throwing at us right now. But what we care is the praise that you will shower to that man at the end of all this thing. So my fellow Biafrans, don't panic, don't shake, because we know whom we are following. Nothing mega. Just be strong. Yes, be strong. Our leader Mazi Namdekan has been kidnapped for 4 years now. He's been in castration. Yeah? So we are wise now. Nothing will happen to Mazi Simon Ekpa. Ogari butike. Yeah? It does not start today. You people have rejoiced before that they arrest him, and all of a sudden you see him surface again. All those people that come out to tweet, Facebook, TikTok, they all went back to their share in shame. So it's the same thing that is repeating again. So that day, save your tears for that December 29th, because if you are jubilating, jubilate no more. And for those of you that say that you will make sure you fight Mazi Simon Ekpa, our prime minister, that this Biafra that is not going to bring it, what I am going to tell you now, as you are fighting him for him to bring Biafra for us, make sure that you have already buy your coffee or bought your coffee or make your coffee keep down, or you have already dig your grave, okay? Because as you are fighting him, you are going to kiss that ground, okay? And at last Biafra will come.
The great journalist of Nigeria, Dr. Kemi, for Kemi Talks Media. It's Thursday, the 21st of November 2024. Let's talk about Simon Ekpa of the Biafran struggle. We're getting breaking news that Mr. Ekpa was arrested by Finland authorities for spreading separatist propaganda on social media. Let's discuss this on what exactly that is. The courts in Finland has sent him to the prison. As you can see, he's coming out of the courtroom now, and the authorities are taking him to prison. These guys I called NBI. I think it's like opposite of FBI, some National Bureau of Investigation for Finland. And what they did is he's on his way to the prison there. He was remanded in prison, meaning he can't go home, no bail, nothing. What is happening right now, as we know, is that Simon Ekpa, was taken to the district court of Paichad Hamay, a Lati-based Nigerian municipal politician. Simon Ekpa was taken to the court and he's remanded in prison on probable cause in suspicion of publicly inciting people to commit crimes with terrorist intent. Now, we got to talk about this because a lot of Nigerian media are feeding on this story vigorously. This is what they do to me. When something good happens to me, they'll never report it. But when something bad happens, they will feed on it. Look at what they did with Falana. When Falana told the police to invite me for our money, all of them were everywhere on Twitter, everything. And what happened after that? Nothing. I was vindicated. The way the Nigerian media is feeding on it is disgraceful. They should have been reporting about Simon a long time ago, if in fact he was doing anything wrong. What I'm concerned more about is the fact that he's from Finland and the fact that he lives in Finland and this happened on Finland soil, The Finland, authorities, if you notice, I'm not using the word Finnish because Finnish is also an English word to end something. So in journalism, you have to separate these words, The word I should be using is Finnish, which is what Finland people are, the Finnish people. So I'm going to use Finnish in some parts. So that's just a big one in journalism. Now, what is happening right now, as I will analyze it, is the court says Simon is spreading separatist propaganda on social media. Where is he spreading this? Is he spreading this separatist agenda amongst Nigerians in Finland or Nigerians around the world? Because it's a jurisdiction issue here. If I'm sitting down in Nigeria and I'm telling Nigerians in America to be against Donald Trump or Biden, or don't vote for them, or don't vote, that's campaigning. But when it comes to, we got to separate one state from, separatist things are very sensitive when you are in another country. However, Mr. Ekpa is a local politician over there and is well known and is very powerful. And if he, in fact, is fighting for freedom for his country, the Finnish authorities need to know exactly what they're handling here. Because after all, didn't Sunday Igboho go deliver some document over there at number 10 Downing Street? So the Finnish National Bureau of Investigation, sort of like the FBI over there, they are also looking for 4 additional men on terrorism-related charges. Now that gets serious. Now remember what they charged Simon for was for spreading separatist propaganda on social media. What is the Constitution of Finland? We need to look at that. Is it against the Constitution, or did they violate the Constitution arresting him for spreading that separatist propaganda? However, the other 4 men are being wanted for terrorism-related charges. So they need to tell us what they caught with those ones. Did they see bombs? Did they see phone records? You know what I mean? Ekpa has represented the Finland's National Coalition Party in local roles, and he currently serves on Lati's Public Transportation Committee. Like I said, he's a local politician there. He's Finland man, Finnish, you know. He's also known for leading that separatist group for Biafra in Nigeria. Now, they call him a Finnish Nigerian separatist leader. You know what? There's nothing wrong with being a separatist leader. We've seen in Northern Ireland, we've seen in Scotland, but maybe because he's African, I don't know. Or maybe because the Finnish authorities are reading all this sporadic violence going on in the southeast Nigeria. And you know that's another discussion altogether, because they have always pointed at IPOB, who are the ones, you know, who are committing all the terroristic acts over there, which is not true. There's a lot of terrorists concentrated in southeast Nigeria. Most of them are northern Nigerians. I'm not going to lie. I don't lie. If you don't like my reports and analysis, please don't follow it. I'm looking at this very carefully. If I had money, I'll investigate, but I don't have this level of money. Authorities say he coordinated efforts from Finland, leveraging his social media channels to promote harmful activities. Now, some of those harmful activities is what I need to see, because remember the lady in Canada who said on social media that all Yoruba people should be poisoned, okay, and killed. That was in Canada. Remember, she tweeted and said nothing is going to happen. Well, something happened. The Toronto police arrested her. She was charged to court. And I have not been able to get the terms of her bail. The Toronto police won't tell me. Imagine, I even volunteered for that police department. And one of the best officers there told me, I can't tell you, Kemi, you're a journalist. There's some things that can't go to journalists. But what's going to happen is she's going to be in trouble, okay? Because now her citizenship might be on the line. They could revoke it if she, in fact, got it naturalized. If she was born there, nothing can happen. I'm not sure whether Simon was naturalized or born there. But he calls himself the self-proclaimed Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government, which is in exile, okay? And Ekpa's action, according to the Nigerian media, has sparked concerns about his role in fueling unrest in southeast Nigeria. Now, this activity has been carried out among other means, okay, via social media channels and others. That's what the detective chief inspector said, okay. Otto Hiltonen, he released a statement to the Nigerian media, and I have that statement, and says the NBI stated that its investigation focuses on a Finnish citizen of Nigerian descent, born in the 80s, suspected of publicly inciting crimes with terrorist intent. Has he done it, though, or you're suspecting it? The police also suspect 4 other individuals of financing terrorism. Okay, now, terrorism financing is very illegal. You have to be very careful financing any form of terrorism, because if you do want to destabilize Nigeria is one thing. If you want to finance terrorism is another. That's a no-no in any country in the world. So all 5 were apprehended earlier this week, and Simon is one of them. And there are 2 other people who have addresses in Helsinki. One has no registered address. Anyway, all these guys are in Finland. I love Finland because it's like a country I want to visit, because there's a whole town there named after me, Kemi. Okay, go Google Kemi, Finland. Imagine me walking into that town and see my name everywhere. Kemi radio station, Kemi TV station, Kemi railway station, Kemi hospital. I want to go to Finland. I must visit. So, Simon has been previously implicated in criminal activities in 2023. You remember that one last year. Finnish police detained him on suspicion of fundraising fraud. But they later released him the same day. But we don't know what's going on, but he's controversial. They're looking at him. Eyes are all on Simon because of Biafra and other things. Now, nobody should get excited. We don't know what's going to happen yet. They might release him tomorrow. The courts remanded him. And nobody knows the connection with the Nigerian government. You see, this is where our local Nigerian media are stupid. The Nigerian media is just fucked up. You guys know it. You know, this is where they need, all of them are reporting and feeding on it, instead of them to call the presidency in Abuja and ask if they have any knowledge of what's happening in Finland, if they called Finland, if they notified Finland, but they won't do anything. They'll sit down there because the same politicians own the damn media houses. I'm Dr. Kemi from Kemi Talks Media. I'll have more for you on Simon Ekpa's arrest in Finland as it comes in.
My amazing people, out on day now, this is Prince Bakassi, live from Helsinki. It's really snowing here, so you can see me smoking cold. Anyway, I just had to make this video, as regard to, our brother Samuel Ekpa. Yeah, I heard he has been detained. Yeah, he has been detained. They don't detain the guy. Unlike most of the tabloids out there where they read and they say the guy has been in prison. Over here, they're not the imprisoned person anyhow like that. Everything follows due process. In Finland, everything will do follow due process. Right now, the guy did pre-trial detention. And for pre-trial detention, you cannot be detained for more than 3 days. Then we also get the second phase, which is a court order detention. They will not even reach that stage safe. Because in that case now, they will bring a lawyer, they will sit, and that takes a very long time. Where they'll carry you go to the third stage, which is, where you'll be, detained, like, taken into prison, that kind of stuff. But right now it's pre-trial. The guy hasn't been arrested. So those kind of matters, you don't have to just read anywhere. You have to hear from people within Finland. Now we know how the law is run here. Over here the law is supreme. Rule of law abides. What I mean by that is that maybe by now the guy did house already, because we only got the report after some few days. They said this week. The guy must have been released because it's more than 3 days, and it was pre-trial, meaning that they will just sit them down. Police will just talk to them, say, tell us what happened. They will write them down. Then from this phase on, they will carry and go to the next one. Where the guy will bring his own lawyer and all those kind of things. They will try to see how they will talk the matter, all this kind of thing. And it's going to take a long time. Then as per this matter of extradition, extraditing the guy to Nigeria, I don't see the thing happening for Finland here. You see, Finland is a country where they fight for their rights. They have been oppressed, by other nations, and so anybody will come here and say, okay, see you, my people, I'm fighting for my right to. I've been oppressed, I've been deprived of, justice and all this kind of stuff. Finland protects. That's why the matter of Samuel Ekpa has been dragging for so long. Maybe today when Nigerian government, right, Finnish government, but they've been dragging the matter because we have to give us a reason why. And Nigeria being a country that it is right now where things not balanced, you know what I mean? Finland, they take them very serious. They're not just a release person sent to a place where, and being a citizen, Finnish citizen, to a place where they don't say the guy they will torture the guy, maltreat the guy, buy the guy, that kind of stuff. So, all this time is a wake-up call to Nigeria government, Tinubu government. You see, the reason why we're there, not because we really like to come there for this code or this, but because of the state of the country. We need change. It's time for Nigeria to wake up. By now, suppose to compete with Dubai. We are blessed, it's giant of Africa. I'm saying all this because I love my country, Nigeria. We have all the natural resources, we have everything that it takes. There was something where some fuel lights will just siphon all the money of the country, carry and go to the dump for foreign bank, just take up themselves and their family. But as the Nigerian people are suffering, Finland are the wrong place. Over here, there is justice, fair play for everyone, equity. In a country where they deprive the less privileged, the most vulnerable are being given protection, attention. We go school here for free. Healthcare, if you don't get money paid, just go any hospital that will treat you. This is why they talk now, serious thing. They work, government go see fine way, give you small house. They give you money, make you take care of yourself. They take money from the rich, carry them, invest into anybody who no get money, for the poor, the people where the drug addict, the alcoholics. For that country where they so, where justice, the law is supreme. It doesn't matter your political affiliations, your position for government. Once you break the law, they go penalize you. So that the wrong place for Nigeria to carry come won't just they play anyhow. Wrong country. Over here, justice reign. It's wake-up call for Nigeria to start fighting corruption, nepotism, ethnicity. We need to start fighting all those things, insecurity for the country. Start providing Nigerians with basic amenities where they deserve. All this japarization with the japas, not because we like them. Provide job for the young people them. Make education free. Health care for our women and children. Make it be free. We have all the resources. We have everything it makes that it takes to make this country great. We're supposed to compete with Singapore, Malaysia, all those countries. Dubai, where our people just go anyhow, go to flex. We have everything that it takes to make this country great. We have the people. We have the brains. Wasting in the diaspora. Some Kpai might not be that extradited to Nigeria because before they do that kind of thing, they go way first.
This is the end of our news update. Please click the icon on the top right corner of your screen to watch my next video. You will enjoy it. I will see you again in my next update. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye for now.